Hey there, Park students. This is the first video of a few for the month of February that are going to help you prepare for some test strategies for the upcoming statewide ACT test, which is going to be on March 8th. All right, so for today, in this video, I'm going to help you guys understand the test format and the timing of those tests. We're going to understand how this test is scored. I'm going to give you a brief description of the writing section, and then I'm going to give you two strategies that are really easy that are going to help you make big improvements on your test. All right, so the testing structure. There are 5 sections of this test. The first 4 are English, math, reading, and science. The English test has 70 questions, and you're given 45 minutes. The math test has 60 questions with 60 minutes, and then you're going to get a break on testing day. Kind of refuel yourself, get up and stretch, drink some water, things like that. And then the reading test is 40 questions for 35 minutes, and the science test is also 40 questions for 35 minutes. And then you're going to take a break again, and then we're going to do a writing section. And in this section, there's one prompt, and you're given 40 minutes to write your response. We're going to go into more details about these different tests, these 4 different tests and their strategies as these videos progress. But I will warn you, it's a long day. It's fatiguing, right? That's 5 tests that you have to take all in one sitting, and you can get tired and fatigued. So we're going to help you with some strategies to help. All right, so scoring. Raw scores versus scale scores. Raw scores is just literally how many out of the total number of questions that you got correct. So in the English test, there's 75 questions. Let's say you got 44 of them right. Okay, so 44 would be your raw score, 44 out of 75. But if you look at this table and down the English column, you'll see that a 44 gives you a scaled score of a 21. Okay, so the 21 is what would then be reported out as your score for the English test. Each of those 4 tests, the English, math, reading, and science, are going to be recorded out as a scaled score, somewhere between 1 and 36. And then those 4 things are averaged together to give you what's called a composite score. And then this is the score that we kind of look at as your total or your ACT score. All right, so the writing section. The writing section is 40 minutes, and we give you one prompt, but it has multiple perspectives. It's scored using a rubric. You're going to earn a 1 through 6 in 4 different areas: ideas and analysis, development and support, organization, and language use. So then when you're given your score, you're giving a score in a range somewhere between a 2 and a 12. These scores do not count towards the composite score, but your writing score, your reading, and your English score do get put together for an ELA score. All right, so the writing section. There's some things that are really easy to help you. First of all, you got to work the prompt. You got to know what that topic is. You got to know what that prompt is asking. You got to know what the task is. They might give you a prompt, but then you have to really get down to what are they asking me to write about. Read the 3 multiple perspectives. You might agree with these perspectives. You might disagree with them. And that's kind of the point. What are the positions that the perspectives are taking? And then come up with your own. How do you feel about the topic? What are the reasons that you feel this way? And then think about some ways that you could possibly give evidence to support your reasons. Think about things that you've done in other classes, things that you've read in your English classes, things that you've studied in social studies, or any of your other classes, okay? These are things that you can give as evidence to support the reasons you feel this way. Don't simply restate what's already been given to you. You can reference it, but you also want to give other evidence that supports your reasonings. And guys, in the writing section, the length of your response does matter. Aim to write 4 to 6 paragraphs. All right, so this is what the prompt is kind of going to look like. Obviously, it'll be a different topic, but they give you a title and then they give you a little bit of background. And so you want to read that and kind of get some ideas of what the topic is about. And then you're going to see those three boxes, which are the perspectives. Here's where you kind of get background knowledge and how different people feel about this topic. And then at the bottom is the actual task. This is what they want you to write your essay about. And so it'll be down here that you're going to really pay attention so that you know that you're writing about the right thing. Okay, on to two easy strategies. Column of the day is the easiest one. You don't get penalized for guessing, but you do get penalized for leaving questions blank. So, when you hear that there's 5 minutes remaining in your test, I want you to pick a letter or a column, and I want you to fill in the remaining questions with that choice. Okay? Also, don't bounce around. It's easy to think, hey, I'm just going to guess the rest of the way down, and you kind of bounce around. Oh, A here, C here, D here, I here, E here, right? But statistically speaking, if you go straight down a column or down one letter, so you pick A for all of them, you will get more correct guessing straight down instead of bouncing around. So remember, don't leave any questions blank. All right, and the other strategy that can really make a big impact is this now, later, never strategy. A lot of times, the challenge of the ACT is that you run out of time. Okay, so your one goal is to really bank time wherever you can. So there's this now, later, never. Now questions, these are the types of questions that you can answer quickly. You just know it, you can answer it quickly in a minute or less. You're going to do these questions now and as quickly as possible so that you can bank that other time for other questions. But then there's also these never questions, okay? These are the questions that when you read the question, you don't even know what it's asking you to do, okay? We're going to call that a never question. Pick your letter or column of the day and bank that time for other questions. Instead of spending a lot of time and wasting that time that you could be using for a different question, just pick a letter or column of the day and bank that time for another one. And then we have the laters. These are the questions that you can answer, but it might take you a little bit more time to figure out. These are the ones that you go back to when you know how much time you have left at the end of the test. All right, so this was just video 1. If you have any questions, you can always reach out to me. My name is Miss Bloom. I'm the instructional coach. You can email me through my email address, or you can come and find me in the engagement office, which is in the main hallway, office 133.